Have you ever thought to yourself, I want an e-bike, but I want something that looks like a motorcycle and has bright orange paint? Well, what a coincidence, because boy, do I have a bike for you. It's called the Qiolor Tiger RL, and it looks just like a cafe racer style motorcycle, but with pedals. It's got a powerful 1200 watt peak hub motor with a 48 volt, 13.5 amp hour battery, which they claim gets 40 miles of range, along with some of the nicest paint I've ever seen on an e-bike. So is this retro style e-bike worth it? Let's get it out of the box and find out. So besides the retro styling, one other really cool thing about this bike is the orange paint job. I have a thing for orange e-bikes lately. Even my 2D is orange. It comes with a standard 20x4 inch wheel with Qiolor fat tires on there, knobby tread, 180 millimeter disc brake on the front here, and the tire comes pre-inflated out of the box. Nice. The battery is wrapped up in this neon blue tape, and underneath all this tape we have a Qiolor Tiger RL branded battery. Looks like a gas tank on here just to add to that retro styling. And they give us a key to take the battery off of the frame, turn it back, and it comes off forward. So this actually is a huge battery case, and it's only a 13 amp hour battery, 48 volts, 13 amp hours. Our user manual, 54.6 volt 2 amp charger. That'll take you from completely dead to full in about 6 hours. Really nice cafe racer style seat. This feels really high quality. It feels almost like a car seat. This paint is so nice. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there is some metallic flake in there. Super nice quality paint. They also have a white version of this bike available. We've even got a Qiolor license plate on here in case you need to put a license plate on this bike. This is a hardtail bike. There is no rear suspension. Our rear hydraulic brakes with our rear hub motor back there, 48 volts, 750 watts. 1200 watts peak. Looks like there's space where you could add in a rack on here. If we look under here, it looks like our controller is just out there exposed like that. Probably better for cooling, but I don't know if it's really waterproof. The 48 volt 25 amp controller. They've got their brand name on the brakes here, and it looks like we've got a nice basic display here. Hydraulic brakes, of course. Got these nice grips on here. There's some sort of fake leather and they're padded. They're also stitched, real nice. And on this side, we've got the rear hydraulic brakes, which feel really firm. We got a half twist throttle here with that same padded grip. So it looks like they tried to touch up a little spot here on the paint from the factory. Must have got chipped. You can of course pedal this bike, but there is only a single gear in the back. There's no shifter. Back here, we've got our tail light, which is also a brake light and includes our rear turn signals. There's no front turn signals. And we've got our super bright front headlight right here. We've got a bunch of empty space in the frame here, which you can mount some stuff down here, it looks like, and over here. So I mean, you could probably run a dual battery setup on this bike, or at the very least you could put a water bottle holder down there. We got the Tiger RL all put together, and this thing looks awesome. This cafe racer style seat, it really does look like an old school motorcycle. And then you've got this fake gas tank here which houses the battery, all really nice. And then you've got your handlebars here that give you a little bit of a rise so that it's a comfortable seating position, which I'll show you guys in a second. Do give you a little battery gauge on the top of the battery as well. And this is how our bars look here. Pretty simple layout. We've got the screen here, which is really basic, just 5 pedal assist levels and then 0. And then you hold up, it turns off your headlight. You hit M and it turns off the bike and it switches through the menus. We only have odometer and trip on here. We've got our turn signals here and our horn, which is very loud. That's a super loud horn on here. That's okay though, because this thing looks like a motorcycle. All right, and this is how I look on the Tiger RL. This is a really comfortable riding position. I love how you're sitting upright and the handlebars sweep back so that it's just a super comfortable cruising position. I don't know if this is gonna be the most comfortable bike to pedal, but I mean, we'll test that more once we're out on the road. But yeah, I mean, it's only got a single speed, so it's not gonna be the best to be pedaling anyways, but I mean, these grips are super comfortable. You've got your full twist, or your quarter twist throttle over here, I'm sorry. And then, you know, you've got a decent amount of power on tap. I am 5'9" and 150 pounds, by the way. No rear suspension, but this seat feels squishy enough. It's still pretty firm, but I don't know, hopefully it absorbs the bumps. Front suspension feels pretty stiff too, but that could change once we get out on the road and, you know, run over some potholes with it. But overall, I am super happy with how this bike is so far. I think the retro styling is awesome on this thing. And they do have the Tiger Junior, which is a little bit cheaper. And then this one retails for, I think, $13.99 right now, but apparently they're gonna be raising the price up on that. So maybe get it while you can. We'll see if this thing's any good. This has got to be the most like motorcycle looking e-bike I've ever seen. This thing really does look like a motorcycle. It's got pedals, so technically it's a bike. Overall, really happy with this thing so far. So let's see if it's any good and get it out in the real world and test this thing out. All right, so out here on the Qiolor Tiger RL, this thing is really awesome, man. I love how this feels like a little mini motorcycle. The riding position on this thing is awesome, and it really does feel like a little motorcycle. It's actually a pretty small little bike, and so far I don't miss having rear suspension yet. You can feel it a little bit in the rear that it's not absorbing the bumps as much, but this seat's pretty comfortable. You know, you got fat tires to cushion. On the rear you're gonna feel the bumps, but on the front it actually absorbed it pretty nicely. We'll go over here on this off-road section. I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll just see how it does, I guess. You're gonna wanna stand up when you're going over big bumps and stuff, but it really isn't too bad. I'm trying to stay off the big dips in this, but oh yeah, if you hit a big bump, you can definitely feel it. So we've got a 1200 watt peak motor, so plenty of power to get us off-road. I'm about 150 pounds, so just plenty of power to get us off-road here. Yeah, this is a fun little bike, man. And just stepping off of this thing for a second in the sunlight here, this orange paint just pops, man. This orange paint is gorgeous. Oh, it looks so awesome. I really am in love with how this bike looks, man. This orange is super bright. On the website, it didn't look super bright, but in person, man, this is like neon orange. And we got our little license plate thing here, which is cool to have. I forgot to take that off in the garage, but you know, whatever, we'll keep it on there for now. There is a lot of branding on this. There's a lot of stickers and stuff. You know, we got our 20 plate right there, and then we've got the Qiolor Tiger RL branding on the side here, which is literally, you can still see the decal marks. It's just a sticker that they put on there. So their name is all over this bike, but everything feels pretty solid so far. These front forks feel pretty good for what they are. They're not adjustable. Qiaoyang tires, they feel super grippy on the asphalt. But if this was my bike and my money, I would probably add on some road tires on this thing, because this is not a bike I'd be off-roading much since it's the hardtail rear end. But yeah, let's hop back on this thing, and maybe we'll even hit this little hill right here and see if it can make it up. So we'll go down this way. It's really bumpy down here. We'll give it a little bit of a start. Yeah, I mean, it gets you up. It really dies out there at the end, but you know, this is not a powerful hub motor bike. You know, it's got plenty of power, but it's not super powerful. Just for flat grass and regular paved streets, this is great. I'll say it again, I love this riding position. It just feels so natural. It feels like a motorcycle. You can definitely tell that they put some effort into designing this thing properly. If you're used to a motorcycle, this is gonna feel really nice. The thing that I love too is this gas tank battery here. It's so natural feeling, because my legs just wanna hug on to the gas tank here. But unfortunately for the pedaling experience, let's see this bump right here. Oh yeah, going down there on the rear. I don't know what PSI these tires are at. They're actually full from the factory. They were definitely, there's enough air in them out of the box, so I didn't even fill them up. So I guess let's see how this thing pedals. So I'll knock it down to like pedal assist 2, and already at 13 miles an hour, we're not really putting too much effort into this. Pedal assist 2 seems to be the sweet spot. Let's see if we put it into pedal assist 3. Yeah, it gives us more power, but after 16, you can see I'm kicking my phone mount here. After pedal assist 3 and 16 miles an hour, I'm not doing anything. Like, it feels like the pedals are completely disconnected from the bike. So you want to keep this thing in pedal assist 2 if you are going to be pedaling on this thing. But it looks like I can reach my top speed even in pedal assist 2 on throttle. I don't know if you guys can see the display, because I can barely see the display in the bright sunlight right here. I can still see my speed and my pedal assist number and everything. I love this. This is fun for cruising around on the streets, man. I feel cool on this bike, I'm not gonna lie to you. This does feel, I feel pretty cool, and it's got a good amount of power too. I seriously feel like I'm on a cafe racer right now. This is an awesome feeling. It just feels so natural and so balanced and well controlled. I can kind of steer it with my legs like a motorcycle. The one thing I will say is that the power comes on really slow. The throttle doesn't feel very direct. The power comes on sort of, it eases you into it. And I wish that it was just a throttle where it just gives you everything off the bat. When you need to get going in traffic, you need to get going. You want that immediate response. So that's the one thing about the throttle that I don't like, because I just went through that corner and I overshot it because I didn't have that instant throttle that, you know, would straighten me out. So it's saying 28.5 on the screen, 26 on the GPS. So not the most accurate display. The brake feel is super solid on this thing. I'll come, just a complete panic stop right there, and it's just it grips, man. These Qiolor tires, they must be using a different compound in these Chinese tires now, man, because these things are gripping like crazy. But through turns, man, this thing feels awesome. And again, I'm kind of overshooting that turn because I was trying to use the throttle to straighten myself out. This is absolutely what this bike is meant for. It's stable, feels really solid on the road, and just going over regular pavement like this, it handles it super well. I'm very impressed with this bike, man. This thing is awesome. But you know, for around $1,300–1,400 bucks, you would expect it to feel good. You know, it's definitely not a cheap bike. And for these specs on here, 13 amp hour battery, 48 volts, you know, 1200 watt peak hub motor, you can get these specs for a lot cheaper on other bikes. But I think the value of this bike is the fact that it feels well built, it feels well designed, and it just looks awesome. You know, I don't know of any other bikes that look like this. The paint is really good quality. This bike really is just a different package. There's bikes that are good value and they have good specs for the money. And there's bikes like this that are like these cool custom looking things, and they're more flashy, and they're not necessarily value bikes, but they're still really, really cool. Why don't we do a 0 to 20 before this battery gets too dead? So let's stop right here and we will just gun it from a dead stop. Go. And we'll go off of the GPS because that's going to be more accurate. And 20. We kind of skipped over 20 to 21, but gives you an idea. Yeah, we're sagging down. We're already sagging down to like 3 battery bars on the display. You know, 13 amp hour battery is not going to get you a ton of range, but it's enough to get around town and everything. We'll get back on the trail here and see how it handles that. It's like one of the first warm days out here of the spring, so everybody is just out on these trails. So it looks like I'm maxing this thing out at about 26 miles an hour. It says about 28 on the built-in speedometer on here. So 26 miles an hour for a bike like this. It does say it's a class 2 bike out of the box, but I immediately unlocked it, which you can do by holding plus and minus on the screen here, and then you can go to, I think it's P08, that's your speed setting. You just got to set that to 100. 26 miles an hour on this thing is fun. I wish it could go faster, just for cruising around, man, especially on a hardtail. 26 is fine. I don't miss rear suspension right now because just on paths like this, it feels totally fine. And you can hear my voice, I'm shaking around a little bit, but it's not uncomfortable, I promise. This is very, very comfortable for a hardtail. Just sitting here, it looks like we're at about 4 battery bars out of 6. This paint is glistening in the sun right now. Paint looks like it's got a little bit of flake in it too. It's like a little hot rod, man. According to the battery meter on the tank, it looks like it's showing green, which means it's about halfway. If you want to buy this thing and keep it for years and years and kind of upgrade it over time, I could definitely see that. You know, this would be a cool platform to work with. Everything feels, seriously, everything, the frame, everything feels really high quality. There's no squeaks or rattles. You've got really strong brakes on here. If you could make this thing, upgrade it and make it go like 40, 50 miles an hour, you could seriously do that with this. It's just not the lowest cost of entry here. Ooh, it would be nice to have some rear suspension on here. These grips are really comfortable. They feel like there's some sort of foam underneath here. They're squishy and my hands aren't, you know, fatigued or anything right now. It feels really nice. We've gone about 6 miles here, and when we're just sitting down, it looks like we're at about 4 out of 6 battery bars. So I mean, pretty good. I don't know how much range we're gonna get. We could probably get a solid 20, maybe 25 out of this. I wonder if I can get some good pictures down here. It's a pretty cool scene right here in front of the water and everything. All right, let's get back on this thing and talk a little bit more about how it's doing. Can I get up the hill? Can I get up the hill? Can I get up? Oh, just barely. Just barely. Oh, yeah. That was so dramatic for no reason. I mean, I was just getting some shots down there by the river, and it feels like I'm riding an e-bike right now. But when I look at this thing, I'm like, oh my God, this looks like a mini motorcycle. To other people, I probably look like I'm riding a motorcycle, but to me, I'm just having fun on my little electric bike. Brakes are overkill for this bike. They feel really good, but they are kind of overkill. The throttle's a bit weird on this bike. I know that I said earlier that it's a little bit slow to respond, and it is. But even if I'm trying to modulate it a little bit and I'm going like half, it still kind of kicks me back a little bit. Seems like it's either on or off on this bike. And the pedal assist really is only for the pedals. You can still go the top speed, even in pedal assist 1. It really does handle like a dream. You can just toss it around. It's super tossable. The weight is a little bit up high since you got that big battery up here, but it's just a very tossable bike. I think it's a combination of how this bike's set up and the tires on this. The tires, these Qiolor tires are super sticky. You can definitely tell they took some time to design this thing right. Some bikes that I get on that feel a little bit slapped together. This one doesn't. This one feels like it was designed intentionally. This bike is really impressive so far. It's about $13.99 retail. If I can get you any discounts, they'll be down in the description. I'll leave a link. Of course, that link does help out the channel if you do decide to buy this bike. So it looks like we're at about 2 bars of battery. I got about 10 miles on our odometer here so far on this ride. So I am gonna keep riding this thing around, get closer to home, and then I will give you guys an update at the end of our ride, how much range we got, and my final thoughts on the Tiger RL. All right, so finishing up our ride here, we're at between 1 bar and flashing on this. Tank battery is flashing, and it says we got about 16 miles on our ride so far. So overall, pretty good range. This thing is just such a cool bike. I love the orange paint on this, and I just realized it's called the Tiger, and Tigers are orange. The styling is awesome on this thing. The way that this bike feels and rides, it feels like it's well put together. They definitely put attention to detail on this bike. You know, they wrap the cables up and everything. The cable management is good. The chassis and everything feels solid on this. Battery feels good. I like how it's got the tank. But if you're looking for a cool looking e-bike and you just want something cool to ride around town, and you can commute on this thing, you get decent range. If you just want something cool that's fun to ride around and ride around town, the neighborhood, on some bike trails like this is awesome. I love the riding position on here. It feels like you're on a little cafe racer motorcycle. The riding position is pretty straight up, so my back isn't the most comfortable right now, and especially if you got a backpack, it could be a lot of stress on your back. The seat is decently comfortable. Again, we've done almost 17 miles now, and my butt is kind of numb, not gonna lie, so it's not the most comfortable seat, but it is decent for what it is. That feeling is kind of exaggerated by the fact that there is no rear suspension on this too, but overall, the Tiger RL is a great bike. They also do have a cheaper version of this called the Tiger Junior, I think it is, and it's only got a 10 amp hour battery, a little bit of a weaker motor, a weaker controller, but if you're looking for something that is decently powerful, a lot of fun, feels really good, designed really well, attention to detail, then this is definitely a bike that you should consider, the Tiger RL. Our battery is flashing. We've gone about 18 miles on here. I'm gonna leave you guys here. If this bike isn't your thing, then I got plenty of other bikes that you can go check out on my channel. But that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see everybody in the next video.